Hello and welcome to Bangladesh Today. The Delta Nation goes to polls early next year, but the major opposition, Bangladesh Nationalist Party, is resisting the government's bid to hold elections without dissolving the present parliament. The ruling Awami League government, led by Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, has said that parliament will not be dissolved, but no session will be held till elections are over. Even this is not acceptable to the BNP. If the BNP members of parliament resign en masse, the election commission would have to hold by-elections for those seats within 90 days of the resignations as per the 15th amendment of the constitution, which could mean early elections. The opposition 18-party alliance led by the BNP has many options that it is considering if the parliament is not dissolved. It's instigating the Awami League's allies. It can always fall back on street agitations and mass resignations.
You see, this country is an emerging country in the world. People are looking at us, what we are doing, because we have a lot of potentialists, economically, a lot of potentialists. People are really looking at us, what we are doing. But when we are calling a strike like a hartal or a strike, the outside peoples, those who are looking at us, they are getting a wrong signal from us. So as a businessman, as an exporter, as a manufacturer, as a business community leader of this country, I should say, no, we cannot accept the strike, political program like a strike or whatever it is.
The BNP Supremo Khaleda Zia said, "We want to state clearly that holding of lopsided election will not be allowed, keeping Sheikh Hasina in power. The next general election must be held under a non-party administration, no matter how many tricks they resort to." The ruling Awami League-led Sheikh Hasina would not like to bow down to such strong-arm tactics and would like it to be the prerogative of the Prime Minister to decide when to call elections. The Awami League might even go to court challenging the en masse resignations if the BNP decides on this step. As per the present constitutional provision, general election in Bangladesh can be held any time between October 27th and January 24th. In 1994-95 too, a similar situation had arisen when the Speaker delayed accepting the resignation letters of MPs of the Awami League, Jatiya Party and Jamaat-e-Islami to avert by-elections. The Election Commission has begun making preparations for holding the elections and has given its reassurance that a level playing field would be provided. The EC is trying to dispel fears that the BNP has, which is, if the parliament is not dissolved, then sitting ministers would get special privileges and protocol. In many parliamentary democracies, the Houses of Parliament are dissolved before elections, but the government continues in office till a new cabinet is sworn in. Elections are held under the incumbent government, not under a functioning parliament. But in no parliamentary democracy has the opposition barely attended sessions like in Bangladesh. The BNP has boycotted parliament more than it has attended it. Its way of politics is more in sync with calling hartals and agitations rather than parliamentary debate. At the root of this dysfunction lies the total trust deficit between the BNP and the Awami League.
Because these two ladies are almost personified leadership of the party. How are they personified? That is to be discussed, maybe debated, maybe there may be a difference of opinion on that. I feel personally that they are not a product of the party, rather they are superimposed of the party because of the killing of somebody's father, somebody's husband. The emotions are very much attached with them. So all the emotions, sentiments and by that the politics is embodied in them. So they have appeared as the personified leader, and so it has concentrated the rivalries between the two political parties, and that is manifested in the person of these two ladies. One doesn't believe the others. If you want to see justification in that, that is altogether different thing. Awami League think BNP as the killer of the father of the nation, the founder of Bangladesh Awami League. They don't trust them. And likewise, BNP also don't trust them. It is not that only Khaleda Zia don't trust Sheikh Hasina or Sheikh Hasina doesn't trust Khaleda Zia. It is reciprocating. No one trusts each other. That is the way it has developed. If you say justifications, well, you can see justifications because past have seen so many rigging, media coup, coercion, by which you can say that the reasons not to believe. BNP, when its founder Zia Rahman came to power, he used the army. He was the chief martial law administrator. He was the founder of BNP with the support of the military power, the state power, which went against democracy. So, from the beginning, from the inception, birth of BNP, it had its inner contradiction with democracy, parliamentary democracy, and BNP never tried to resolve that. So, enmity was the main thing between the two parties. You have to remember that Sheikh Hasina was the daughter of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib and Khaleda Zia, wife of late President Zia Rahman. They had all the emotions and sentiments with them, with the founder of these two parties. So that way they were personalized leadership, personified leadership. All the enmities, the politics, the rivalries they carried within themselves, or it was embodied in their leadership, in person. That is why this enmity is continuing. It is definitely the enmity between the two political parties.
আওয়ামী লীগকে ভোট দিয়ে দেশের স্বাধীনতা পেয়েছেন, আওয়ামী লীগকে ভোট দিয়ে ওই মাতৃভাষা বাংলা ভাষার অধিকার পেয়েছেন, আওয়ামী লীগকে ভোট দিয়ে সংবিধান আমরা গণতান্ত্রিক ব্যবস্থা প্রবর্তন করতে পেরেছি, ওই মার্শাল ল মিলিটারি ডিক্টেটরের ওই কালো চিহ্ন আমরা মুছে দিয়েছি। আওয়ামী লীগকে ভোট দিয়েছেন, জনগণের ভোট ও অধিকার নিশ্চিত হয়েছে। ঢাকা শহর আজকে যে কোনো আন্তর্জাতিক শহরের সাথে তুলনা করবার মতো তার সৌন্দর্য যেমন বর্ধন হয়েছে, আজকে সেই সাথে সাথে যানজট মুক্ত হয়েছে, এমনকি মগবাজার সেই ফ্লাইওভার নির্মাণের কাজও আমরা শুরু করেছি। কাজী আজকে ঢাকাবাসী আওয়ামী লীগকে নৌকা মার্কায় ভোট দিয়েছিলেন, মহাজোটকে ভোট দিয়েছিলেন, আপনারা কিন্তু বঞ্চিত হন নাই। আগামীতেও আমরা সেই ভোট চাই, নৌকা মার্কায় ভোট দিয়ে জঙ্গিবাদ মুক্ত, সন্ত্রাস মুক্ত, দুর্নীতি মুক্ত বাংলাদেশ আমরা গড়ে তুলতে চাই। বাংলাদেশ স্বাধীনতার চেতনায়, মুক্তিযুদ্ধের চেতনায় গড়ে উঠবে। আমাদের ছেলেমেয়েরা উচ্চ শিক্ষায় শিক্ষিত হবে, উন্নত জীবন পাবে, দারিদ্র্যমুক্ত, ক্ষুধামুক্ত বাংলাদেশ গড়ে উঠবে। সেই লক্ষ্য নিয়ে আওয়ামী লীগ কাজ করে যাচ্ছে। আজকে দারিদ্র্যের হার আমরা কমিয়ে এনেছি, যা 40 ভাগ ছিল তা আমরা আজকে 26 ভাগে নামিয়েছি। ইনশাআল্লাহ আরো বেশি আমরা কমাতে সক্ষম হয়েছি। কাজী বাংলাদেশকে আমরা 2021 সালের মধ্যে উন্নত সমৃদ্ধ বাংলাদেশ হিসেবে গড়ে তুলতে চাই। আমরা সহযোগিতা চাই, যে বাংলাদেশের উন্নয়নের অগ্রযাত্রা শুরু হয়েছে, যে বাংলাদেশ আজকে বিশ্বের সবাই একটা মর্যাদার আসন পেয়েছে, উচ্চ প্রবৃদ্ধি অর্জনে পঞ্চম স্থান অধিকার করেছে, দারিদ্র্য বিমোচন করেছে, মাতৃমৃত্যু হার কমিয়ে বিশ্বের কাছে উন্নয়নের রোল মডেল হিসেবে প্রতিষ্ঠিত হয়েছে। যে উন্নয়ন আমরা করেছি সেই উন্নয়নের গতি অব্যাহত রাখা এবং যেটুকু কাজ আমরা শুরু করেছি আগামী দিনে সেই কাজগুলি শেষ করা এবং বাংলাদেশকে 2021 সালের মধ্যে ক্ষুধামুক্ত, দারিদ্র্যমুক্ত সোনার বাংলা হিসেবে গড়ে তোলা, তা বাস্তবায়ন করবার জন্য আমি বাংলার মানুষের কাছে এবং বিশেষভাবে ঢাকাবাসীর কাছে আরেকটিবার নৌকা মার্কায় ভোট চাই, যে উন্নয়নের গতি অব্যাহত থাকে।
The BNP Acting General Secretary Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir said, "We have a few weeks in hand for preparations. Within this time, we have to prepare ourselves perfectly and force the government to step down. As we have no alternative to this, we will establish the government of the people." The operational word here is force. The BNP and its ally, the Jamaat-e-Islami, with their agitational politics, are pushing Bangladesh into a precarious and fragile condition just before elections. Initially, the BNP was slow to react to the High Court's verdict to cancel the Jamaat's registration to contest the parliamentary election. But now it is said that it will not sever its links with the Jamaat. Quite clearly, violence is not a no-no for the BNP. A visiting Pakistani politician who is witnessing the slow takeover of his country by radical Islam was quick to warn Bangladesh.
We oppose religious fundamentalism because it always hits the weakest, the minorities, the religious minorities and women particularly. Jamaat-e-Islami cooperated with the Pakistan military to suppress the freedom fighters in Bangladesh. It opposed the independence of Bangladesh, but once Bangladesh got independence, Jamaat-e-Islami was there to do politics with the help of the military generals. This party has always been supported by the establishment, by the military, and it's the people who have come in the open to oppose the politics of Jamaat-e-Islami.
The Jamaat's public standing is poor. People haven't forgotten its role in the 1971 atrocities, and people are still bearing the brunt of its violent ways. Even young voters born after 1971 have little in common with the Jamaat's ways.
The disqualification is not final. This is under appeal. And the government has said they will not ban the Jamaat-Islam. So if you make it a point that this is banned, so if BNP is with that, they are with the extremists or militants, I'll say Awami League also do not ban this. They say that they will not ban. So banning is not the question. You have to say, you have to prove that Jamaat is a militant organization, it's a terrorist organization. But so far they have gone through elections, they have won, they have been in the parliament, and there was an alliance of Jamaat-e-Islam with the Awami League against the Ershad government, even with against BNP. So now that BNP is with Jamaat, doesn't sufficiently say that they have sided with the militants. Definitely with the trial of these war criminals, a lot of questions has arisen what will be the BNP's position vis-a-vis these war criminals. And there BNP has not made their points very clear. And as you said, will there be a stint on the party? Yes, people are looking with real questions, what is their position exactly. They try to explain that they will be also in favor of the war criminals tribunal, their trial, but people think that they are siding with you, you are going for movement together, and even they were in your cabinet. Maybe next time when if they go to power, they will be in the cabinet once again, they will have a coalition government, then how can you try the war criminals? That is a big question. The BNP has to answer, and if they cannot answer properly, they will have to pay for that.
নারীরা অনবরত তাদের অনিশ্চয়তা, অনবরত তাদের ভীতি, অনবরত তাদের নানা রকম অত্যাচার নিগ্রহের শঙ্কার মধ্যে দিন কাটাতে হচ্ছে। এই বাংলাদেশ তো আমরা চাই নাই। এই বাংলাদেশকে যদি ফিরিয়ে আনতে হয় কারা পারবে? আমরাই পারবো।
These young voters are now part of the 9.19 crore voters. There were 8.10 crore voters in the last national election in 2008. The unicameral National Parliament of Bangladesh has 330 members, of which 300 members are directly elected through a national election for a 5-year term, while 30 memberships are reserved for women who are selected by the ruling party or coalition. The Election Commission has taken preparatory steps for elections, which include preparing electoral code of conduct, the procedure for conducting polls and purchasing equipment. The EC will announce the schedule this month, it has said. It now remains to be seen if the inflexible positions of the ruling Awami League and the opposition alliance led by the BNP changes. More on that in the coming episodes. Thank you for watching Bangladesh Today.